Hello YouTube, I am Raven and today I am here with Ian, who has been more recently doing Topic Tuesdays with us, and Brandon, who we haven't seen since I think the first one. Say hi guys.
Hi.
So today we're
Oh
going...
yeah,
today
that's
we
just how I am.
Of course. Today we are going to cover pop culture and on a level that can, what Ian had mentioned earlier, can cover pretty much anything including the 90s. Because there's still stuff in the 90s that a lot of people listen to or watch. It goes pretty far back. So we got the cultured people here, no stupidity wise, getting Harley Quinn instead of Quinn, which you guys have heard us say,
Right.
and we're still thoroughly disappointed. So I
Also,
guess.
sorry about the vacuum cleaner. I haven't cleaned my apartment in a while.
So let's go. I guess TV shows, big TV shows recently. What can you guys think of?
What?
Uh,
Recently? Ugh. I haven't watched TV in a hot minute. I'm always busy doing something.
Well, I'm sure you've
I was
seen.
gonna say, are you talking about? I was gonna say, are you talking about regular TV as in cable, or are you talking about like streaming services?
I guess it end up being on both stuff. Just anything that is popular with a large majority of people, including the adults. Like Adventure Time is a big thing. I've been getting really into it, and a lot of people are really into it and do a lot of stuff with it.
Yeah.
See, now
I watched too much porn of that.
I didn't think it was going to turn out the way it did when it first started. So I'm kind of thoroughly surprised with that show.
I'm guessing you were probably thinking it was gonna be like, what the hell is that piece of shit show? Adventures of Flapjack or whatever.
Yeah, a little bit like that.
Misadventures of Flapjack. I did watch that there for a while. It got kind of weird because
Weird. It was pure crap.
well, I
drunk
watched
older guy trying to raise a kid, which of course he wasn't raising him. He was just treating the kid like freaking crap. It was objectifying how drunk fathers are allowed to treat their kids like shit.
Well, I was thinking more of The Whale. I supported The Whale. I watched that up until the bubonic plague episode.
So I'm just glad I never watched that much.
Yeah,
I watched a couple episodes of that show.
That's a lot of my life I'm not getting back.
Now, see, the shows I miss are just like some of the old cartoons, like
Looney Tunes,
Gargoyles, Looney Tunes,
Scooby-Doo,
Rocket Power, Scooby-Doo, like the good ones, the old ones, where they had like the random actor, like stars or famous actors and that kind of stuff pop up on it just randomly. I miss that kind of stuff.
Are you talking about the episodes that actually showed up?
What? You cut out. They showed what? Okay, well, alright, he disappeared. Well, there were Scooby-Doo episodes that brought, I think one of them brought in Batman and Robin.
No.
Okay, you're back.
They had the
Discord.
And they had the Harlem Potters and a couple of them.
They had, Kiss on Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. That was only more recently.
I know, but I still enjoyed it.
Okay.
And then you get outside of the cartoons and it becomes The Walking Dead. Now, I personally never got into, and I feel like if I tried to watch part of an episode and could not get through it, but I feel like what's happened is people have just absolutely hyped it so much that it has ruined any people who haven't gotten into it yet of liking it, because they think there's going to be so much more to it than there really is.
Wait, which show?
What are you talking about?
The Walking Dead.
Okay, that started really, really good. And
no, it didn't.
Well, to me, it kind of did. It kind of reminded me of, what is that movie?
Zombieland?
Any freaking zombie movie ever created?
Well, no, I mean, well, yeah.
Yes.
Bit, but there was a specific one, Dawn of the Dead. That's what it reminded me of, was Dawn of the Dead. which was
As
one
I repeat, any freaking zombie movie ever created.
Honestly, if I'm gonna go like nuts for a zombie movie, it's gonna be Zombieland because that was hilarious.
that is
No.
yeah, funny one, and I can't wait to see the second one.
When's that second one coming out? I haven't heard about that.
Not a clue.
I'd have to look on it again. I think they kind of started releasing their trailers to it already.
Okay. But then even like The Walking Dead just got really hyped, and that led other stuff got hyped like that as well. Game of Thrones I never got into because it was so overhyped and it was just gonna be utterly disappointing because it wasn't gonna be what I expected it to be.
With Game of Thrones,
say,
the first season is kind of rough for a lot of people, but later on it becomes fairly decent.
I was about to say, I can't watch crap where all the main characters are continuously killed off, especially after you fall in love with them. It hurts too much.
Yeah. See, for me, a lot of these shows, they're nice, but it's not what I grew up on. It's not the kind of stuff I liked. I grew up on, well, actually, they're kind of older for even my time. MASH, Roseanne, Married with Children, In Living. Those older
Yeah.
shows.
I was about to say, give me some Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oof, yes.
Well, heck, In Living Color, that's how quite a few actors started out. I mean, what is it? Jim Carrey, he started off on that show.
Look, when I was younger, I really got into The Nanny, but I think that was like a girl thing to get into, was The Nanny.
I have no idea what you're talking about at all with that one.
Fran Drescher?
Nope.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Or Sabrina the Teenage Witch, the TV series.
I got into that.
The original one, the good one.
Yeah.
Actually, the one on Netflix, if you compare it at all to the original one, you're gonna get so confused. Like, there's inside jokes there that you'll only get if you watched it, but if you, like, don't try to compare it other than the inside jokes, it's hilarious, and I love it. Just love it.
I was about to say, my sister, she was a hardcore fan, and she went to watch it, and it was crap because Salem doesn't talk. I'm sorry, that just ruined it right there for me. Salem has to talk.
Well, I thoroughly enjoyed watching Zelda hit Hilda over the head with a shovel.
Yeah.
There was another show on Netflix, iZombie. That had its moments.
I haven't seen anything about that one either.
I've been watching that one. I like that one. I like the premise behind it.
The ideas behind it.
Out of all of any of like most recent live action shows I've watched is Lucifer.
That's a good one.
That one's good. Now,
It's not
iZombie.
bad, but I got to the point where what's her fucking name? Eve came back to Earth, and it's just kind of awkward now for me to watch.
The iZombie show, like the first like little bit of that first episode, like you're not sure what's going on, but it like really picks up. And there's actually surprisingly enough stuff that happens that you don't quite expect.
Yeah.
What about Avatar: The Last Airbender? Because hell with live action TV series, it's all about cartoons and anime.
I didn't watch that.
I did. It broke my heart when they made the live action movie. It broke my heart.
No, I did.
Oh, guess what? I can repair your heart in just a few sentences if you want.
What's that?
The original creators are making a live action.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're making another animated one that's either after Aang when they're becoming adults.
Mm-hmm.
So in between Aang and Korra, or they're going back to one of the older avatars and learning about their lives more.
Okay, that could be pretty good.
The most recent live action stuff I've watched that's been redone has been The Lion King and Aladdin.
So I loved Aladdin. The only thing I could nitpick from that was Jafar. I did not like the actor for Jafar, and I feel like they missed.
He was too young. He was too sexy.
Well, for me, it had nothing to do with that. It's the fact that, I don't know, he didn't have that dark, brooding nature that Jafar's supposed to have. He just
Like I said, he was too young and too sexy. He was too confident in himself. Where Jafar, he was an old, broody ass little dude.
Well, that and they missed out on the whole Cobra scene. From I'm wrong. I'm sure it's hard for them to kind of do that in animation or in a live action film with CG, but
I don't
still,
think so.
Well,
I wanted that scene to happen so bad.
the Lion King. Now the redone live action, it was good. I mean, it followed along with the original movie. What would have ruined it is if they had replaced Mufasa. Lucky enough, he was still around.
I was about to say, they kind of already screwed up on that one because they didn't do Scar's song.
Yeah, what
Be
is it?
prepared.
Yeah, Be Prepared. I heard about that. I haven't seen one. I heard it was good for the most part, except for they missed the one song. And then a lot of people were like, it was okay, but if they were able to show a little bit more emotion with the animals, like maybe not so hardcore realistic, maybe slight animations to them, it would have been a little bit better. But, I mean, they still had James Earl Jones, but I still think he might have rights to that part, or that character or something.
I was gonna say James Earl Jones is still alive. I mean, he's gonna play his part. I mean, they still had him playing Vader when they came back around for it, and his reprisal every single time.
Yeah. I mean, even in the cartoon show, The Lion Guard, Mufasa's played by James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
Which is kind of surprising.
Not really.
Well, since that live action Beauty and the Beast, Disney's been going nuts with turning all its movies into live action. Some of those.
I love Beauty and the Beast. That was a masterpiece in my opinion.
Yeah, that was good.
That was good. And I mean,
I also like how they did that little extra with, seeing Belle's actual past with her mother and her father.
That was I think that added just like maybe a little bit more, I'll just say flavor to it. Because, I mean, there's
That's
still
what I'm saying.
Yeah. There's one question that has never been answered to me. What is the Beast's actual fucking name?
Wait, do they even ever say his name?
No.
Google it.
I tried to look
Google
it up.
I'm googling it up. Googling it right now. What is the name? The short answer appears to be no. Belle does not know the Beast's real name. Throughout Beauty and the Beast is referred to as Prince, a master, and a beast. He is never given a real name. And
oh my god.
in fact, on the film's official IMDb page, the character is simply listed as Beast. No other name included.
Wow.
Should the furries be offended? They didn't name him.
I mean,
I figured they would have given him a name.
I thought it was surprising he never had a name.
I'm just gonna say wow.
I mean, I guess if you enjoyed being called Master.
Well, I mean, if you really want to look at it like that, then, I mean, it was technically like a Renaissance, well, not Renaissance, I'd say late Renaissance style of the way things were going. So, I mean, there was still the monarchy still going there, still, demanding, plus the way that the character was supposed to be portrayed as was the douchey little brat.
Yeah.
But even back then, they had names like you would say King with his name behind it, or Prince with his name behind it, not just Prince.
Except if no one actually knew his name because he refused to go by a name because he was such a brat, and he made everyone just call him my lord or some shit. So I mean, think about it like that.
I mean, that was a good movie though. Disney's really going for the live action kick recently for some reason.
Well,
it's because it works.
Because it works, and think of this. Unless a lot of parents have been, keeping those old films and that kind of stuff and showing them to their kids, a lot of generations nowadays have no idea what those movies are. So when they're bringing them out now, it's like, oh, look at this brand new movie.
Well, that's
Sort of.
I hope that's
They
not a
get those
problem for
to
most
get people
parents.
for nostalgia.
Even like the Disney Channel, I think on the rare occasion they have some sort of movie day where they play the classics.
I was gonna say, you know, another movie that I find really interesting that they're gonna do a live action movie of?
What's that?
Treasure Planet.
I want them to do that so bad. I loved that movie as a kid.
They're doing it. You gotta look it up. I don't really know the specifics of it, but I think they are doing one.
Oh, that'd be such a good one. Between that one and Atlantis, those would be great for live action.
Except for I don't think Atlantis is Disney.
Yeah, it is.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
There's some really weird movies out there that are like really good, and everyone thinks they're Disney and they're not. So that's why I'm like, really?
Yep. I can think of one right now. Anastasia. Great.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the easiest one.
There's
Yeah,
another.
It's not quite Disney.
There's another, and I feel for not remembering the name of it. People are gonna ream me out in the comments for this. But where
Maybe. I
the
was gonna say, I mean,
where
how
the
often do we actually get comments?
not really, but the movie where the girl becomes a guy to dress Milan. Is that what
Wait,
that is?
No, Mulan is Disney. You're talking about the Swan Princess?
The girl who joins the army in Asia. They're defeating the Huns.
Yeah, it's Mulan.
Yeah, that is Disney.
Aren't they doing a live action version of that?
They are.
Yeah.
I don't know how well that one's gonna be because they're actually looking at doing like they're not putting Mushu in it at all, from my understanding, and it looks like they might be missing quite a few songs. But that's a hard one to do because I see it.
I was gonna say, as long as they've got, let's get down to business. I don't care.
Well, I don't even think that's in there. I think they got rid of a lot of the guys and turned it into more of a feminist themed movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing that with everything right now, like Captain Marvel.
No, actually, Captain Marvel, that actually makes a lot of sense because even in the comics, she kind of was going back and forth between the two. If I'm not mistaken. More people are pissed off at the fact that she is a woman because the original one was a man.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Until they changed it to her being a woman, which I have no problem with, by the way.
Well, that's the thing is though, the male was Captain Marvel, who was a Kree alien, who ends up passing his powers to Captain Marvel.
What's her name?
Yeah, I can't remember her exact name. I just remember the superhero.
The movies.
Yeah, I'm not good with names either, so.
The movies have seen strong female role models as being a major thing right now, like the new Catwoman coming out right now. The girl who did that was in who's doing that was in Orange is the New Black. She was in Pitch Perfect.
Okay.
Her name's right on the tip of my tongue. I've got to look.
Is she the one main character from Pitch Perfect?
Ruby Rose. No, it's one of the bands when they're doing the Battle of the Bands.
No idea.
It's that cocky singer when they go traveling for the USO show.
Oh, I
still no idea. Because when you say Ruby Rose, the only thing that comes to my mind is Ruby Rose from the animated series called Ruby Rose. I mean, Ruby, not Ruby Rose. Ruby!
Let me see if I can find a picture here.
Are you talking about that really sexy woman from The Orange is the New Black who's a lesbian?
The Aussie. I'm sending gifts in the thing, so...
Hey,
I'm busy, man. I'm cleaning. I can't look.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
I've never watched The Orange is the New Black, so I'm
Oh, the really sexy one is Laura Prepon, and she did that 70s show.
Oh man, that's
I love the 70s show. Are you talking about Hot Donna?
Yes.
Love Hot Donna.
Well, Mila Kunis, she's done quite a few stuff.
Oh yeah, she's in a lot of things.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Brandon?
What?
You're...
That's not me.
What are you doing?
Why?
Because it sounded like radio chatter of us repeated from your thing.
Yeah, it did for about 2 seconds. It's gone now.
Literally at the shop, just standing here by myself.
Okay.
I don't know.
Because it got really weird.
Request is next. And use it.
But then other than that kind of stuff, Pitch Perfect got really popular and it wasn't bad. They're still trying to make more and they've kind of hit a stopping point where they really need to.
Yeah, I was about to say I liked Pitch Perfect 1, Pitch Perfect 2, super eh. Super eh.
See, Pitch Perfect kind of reminds me of the old, well, they're really not that old, Bring It On movies that they
Oh my god.
Oh man. That was like every teenage girl's thing when it came out.
No, not my sisters. My sisters was Spice Girls.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And here I am in my bedroom listening to Marilyn Manson and watching The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Ugh, man, these is nasty.
You know what's nasty? The Spice Girls.
Why?
Because just the way they are, it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of them have STDs.
Go figure. Almost everyone from the 90s has an STD of some sort.
Okay, if you were going to, if
Have
you were
sex
like
with one of them?
forced to marry a celebrity, pick 3, and yeah, of the same sex. Pick 3 celebrities of the same sex you find attractive.
Emma Watson, Emma Stone, and...
I thought you were male.
Huh?
I said of the same sex.
Same sex. Oh, then I only got one. Ryan Reynolds. Only Ryan Reynolds, man.
You don't want The Rock?
Yeah, I mean, Rock's hot and everything, but he isn't a Ryan Reynolds.
No Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I can talk like I have the thing that I think he can do, but fuck no.
I think
He's as old as my goddamn father.
I would have to go for 3. Demi Lovato, Katy Perry, or Laura Prepon. Yeah.
Okay, why?
They all are not afraid to be themselves. They have their own issues, but they work through them. And they're cute.
Okay.
Severely cute. Sexy.
Alright.
What about you, Brandon? Same sex?
Let me think here. I'd have to say, if anything, Harrison Ford, Jim Carrey, and Russell Crowe.
Why Jim Carrey?
Because he's funny as hell.
I was about to say, I think the only reason why I picked that one was because of funny.
Alrighty then.
Alrighty then. There you go.
Actually, no,
You're right.
I could definitely go down for Margot Robbie, the girl who played Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
She's maybe to you, Ian.
No, I mean, she is hot, but she's just not my hot.
Maybe I like the bad ones.
No, it's not like that at all. I mean, for me, like, for female celebrities, like, you're gonna think this is bad. Like I said, Emma Watson, Emma Stone, and the last one is Miley Cyrus.
Oh. The old Miley
So like I
Cyrus
said,
or
you
the
can
new
dislike her
one?
all you want, but she's the same person. The only reason why she did what she did was because of the publicity stunt.
I know, but which one do you prefer?
Either or. Because, then again, I can't really look at it like that because the older one is a fucking... I'd be a pedophile if I went anywhere near that. Now, the one that's out there now, I would be just fine. So therefore, you can't really make me decide on something such as that.
But I think you guys are almost the same age. There might be a 4-year difference there.
Yeah, but the thing is, what I'm saying is, if you were telling me to pick her from back then, as I am now, I'd still be a pedophile.
Well,
Therefore,
I wasn't going to think of
fuck
it
that
like
shit.
that, but...
I have also almost gone to jail because of some stupid girl, so that's why my brain instantly sticks like that.
Gotcha. Pop culture. And past Disney, look at the television channels that we would have watched when we were kids. Granted, I wasn't going to get everything you guys did, but even seeing like the shows that varied, like Cartoon Network for you guys went to crap. Because you had like Tom and Jerry, you had Scooby Doo, Looney Tunes, Space Jam.
Space Jam was a flat out movie, though.
I know, but it was good.
And I still...
Yeah, but you were talking about like the TV show channels themselves, though.
What? Nick went to crap too. You still have SpongeBob.
Well, yeah, because the guy handed over to Nick Cannon.
I think SpongeBob's still going on anyway.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Well, I'll say this: I never have.
What, SpongeBob?
Yeah, never have.
Really?
Never have
You
one.
want something really interesting that nobody actually knows? SpongeBob was actually supposed to be on Q13 Fox
Really?
as an adult cartoon. Can anyone hear me?
I think
They-
it's fine.
Wait. No, SpongeBob's still going on.
Yeah, SpongeBob's
Okay.
still going. I just don't like it. I
I
never have.
The adult humor in it is kind of crappy.
I was about to say, after the first season, it went to shit in my vision because the first season was supposed, like I said, was supposed to be on Q13 Fox as an adult cartoon. Especially if you watch it very carefully, you can see and watch all the adult innuendos, especially the fact that he actually went and got a job.
Think about this. Mr. Krabs lives in Bikini Bottom.
Okay?
Yeah.
What about it? He also lives in his entire restaurant is in a lobster trap.
I didn't think of that before. That's kind of sad. Or look at Pinky and the Brain.
Okay,
Now
what about
that's
it?
what I haven't thought about in years.
No, here's the thing with Pinky and the Brain. A Pinky is a rat that's gonna be rat food. A brain is a lab rat. Like, it gets experimented on.
Yeah, and?
Some people didn't know that. They didn't think of it.
Oh. I was gonna say, like, going back to, not Krusty Krab, just Krusty Krab, but, SpongeBob. What's the meat made out of?
Plankton. It's probably...
What would
That
the...
was a joke.
Oh, they've got meat in Bikini Bottom. Yeah.
They live with nothing but fish around.
Yep. Eventually, at one point or another, there's no getting around it. It's made of fish.
Yeah. And that's why they think it's so delicious. Because fish eat other fish.
Yep.
If I'm gonna watch an adult cartoon, I will go watch South Park, Family Guy, or The Simpsons.
Ugh.
What?
I can't stand The Simpsons anymore, and I can't stand South Park anymore.
I played
No,
I played the
Don't-
South Park games. I'll watch the older things of South Park, and I occasionally find a decent new one.
All I have to say is Tree City.
The Family Guy cat comes and goes on how good it is.
I was gonna say Family Guy just doesn't change; it's still good
Well, I've seen some stuff
because
that's been pretty bad.
that's controlled by Seth MacFarlane.
King of the Hill's not bad.
I don't like King of the Hill.
I don't know. I've always liked it.
To me, it seems like I enjoyed it in the fact that it was something better to watch than some of the crap that was on TV sometimes.
Fair.
But I don't like it because it's very self-righteous.
But all he does is sell propane and propane accessories. How is that self-righteous?
Hey, are you really not looking into it that hard?
Oh no, I am. I know what you're talking about. I'm just being a smart aleck.
Okay, you're just making a joke, but still, like, oh my god.
Well, then you've got American Dad as well.
I am an American. I'm not a dumbass American. Actually, no. I'm an opinionated American, not a dumbass American. I'm opinionated.
I said American dad, not being a dumbass.
So
I was like, what?
I didn't hear you because, like I said, I hate Discord. Discord's a fucking shit show for when you're talking to people.
Yeah.
Unless you've got like good mics and good headphones and good internet.
Hey, actually, no, my internet's crap. I had better internet at once, and then it went to crap. So.
Welcome to the Northwest.
Right.
Well, no, when I first moved here.
As you know, welcome to the United States, where the United States cable service has all control over everything. Therefore, they control it, and they will refuse to let the monopoly that they have on anything let it go. Instead of us getting like better internet, like with using fiber optic cables.
Look, if we're gonna start raging about stuff, we need to do a rage video because this is pop culture.
Yeah, but it all kind of revolves around it itself. And, like, if it comes around to it, I'm gonna bitch.
Maybe we might have a hashtag start with this. Your hashtag, eat a mattress, I don't know. Cooking a mattress.
What, hashtag bitch about the fucking shit the world is in?
Hashtag little bitch.
Fuck off. Hashtag fuck you.
Hashtag I hate hashtags, so let's not do this anymore.
You speak of, I have never used hashtag.
I haven't either.
I was gonna say hashtag pound, or you know,
it's a pound
for that
sign.
matter.
It's a pound sign.
I know what it is. That shit drives me nuts. And maybe it's just me getting older.
No, you're not the only one. I'm using it as satire. So
I gotcha.
You know what? I didn't understand. A recent thing going on. Dabbing. And then it was T-posting. Like, it's like planking all over again.
Or owling, or anything that, you know, each generation fucking does to do stupid shit.
Like, someone actually died planking. They decided to plank on a,
in the middle of the road and got ran over.
Oh no, it was on 1,000 Ways to Die. They planked on, I think, a seesaw. And then something about that time fell and sent the little... Because it was a little person doing this, but it sent him flying. And I think he got sphered. Like, they went straight through him.
Okay.
I can't remember what that...
Again, like, a lot of people died because of planking. Like, that was the dumbest thing that has existed besides people doing the cinnamon challenge, or the Tide Pod challenge, or any other fucking challenge.
Hey, I look at it this way. We've gotten so good at keeping ourselves alive that we've had to come up with some way to kill ourselves to, you know, keep natural selection.
Well, no, the problem is people have too much time on their hands. So all they're doing is like cleaning out the population, ridding it of all the idiots who do this stuff.
Trying to, anyways.
It's like
you know what idiots should go away? Are the idiots who think video games make people violent.
Thank you.
There's more than that. The people who think they shouldn't vaccinate the kids.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna say something, and you guys might find this a little scary or very true. Not vaccinating your kids is like abortion with extra steps.
Wait, say that one more time.
Not vaccinating your kids is like abortion with extra steps.
You know who Christopher Titus is?
Yes.
Okay. I love Christopher Titus. He's one of my favorite comedians of all time. I'm not all with his like views or anything, especially on guns, because I'm a gun guy. I have guns. I have an AR-15. I got a 45 XD Mod 2 on my hip right now, and I got a 9mm. I'm gonna get more. But anyway, where was I going with this?
No idea.
Yeah, no. I do know. So Christopher Titus, at one point during his shows, he came up with the idea for late-term abortion.
Oh no.
What the fuck?
Oh yes. So with this late-term abortion law, it's to make our kids stop being stupid. Such as, let's say, your kid drinks before he's 21 and he gets stupidly drunk and kills somebody. Oh, Timmy, time to get you late term reported. You were being a dumbass.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Hey, wait. Or, your kid is that lays about piece of crap who doesn't study at school, doesn't try to get good grades or anything like that, or has been sitting in your basement, from the age of 18 till he's 21. Hey, you fucked off your life. Bye-bye.
Well, it's normally not kids till they're 18. If they're in their parents' basement, they're normally in there until they're in their 40s.
I know, but I'm just trying to get like what he was getting at, saying, or
Pudge.
Timmy decides to get drunk when he's 21, and he punches grandma in the face because he can't hold his liquor.
Poor Timmy.
Or these dumbasses who try to make people decide, between what's the word I'm looking for? Pro-life or pro-choice. It's all fucking pro-choice. We have no right to tell people what the fuck they can do.
There's honestly, if you get into that part of YouTube, you can find compilations of guys getting hit in the nuts. I'm pretty sure they may be stupid, but I'm pretty sure they can't reproduce at that point because they've been hit in the nuts so many times.
Not true.
Apparently that does cause damage.
It does, but it doesn't affect anything.
Let's just hope maybe they'll castrate themselves. I don't know.
No, I mean, that's not a bad thing. You know why they do that, right? Why most people do that for videos and stuff like that?
Because it's funny?
It's so they can get views, so they can get people to watch their stuff, so they can make money off of it, just like Jackass did.
No comment.
I'm just saying, it's true.
Well,
if you can't handle the truth, don't bring it up.
You won't believe, the further you get into that area, you find people taking tasers to, like, the nipples and taking lizards.
Oh, yeah, no.
To, like, as nipple clamps and crabs and whatnot. Like, why would you do that?
For views, for shits and giggles, for boredom's sake. I mean, you said it yourself.
I don't even find that funny.
People do stupid shit when they get bored. Hell, if you get too bored, sometimes you'll go freaking nuts because you're thinking too far into your own damn brain.
I mean, if I'm gonna like go nuts and watch videos, I watch the fail videos, and there's a lot of nut shots in those, but it's normally on accident. Like a kid T-balls his dad in the nuts.
Yeah.
But like a kid's only gonna be able to swing so hard.
Cleaning, I think. Yeah, I think I'm done cleaning finally. My apartment looks clean. It's nice. Yay.
But I feel, as we've brought up these challenges, that has become part of the culture as a whole.
Pop culture.
Huh?
It's pop culture.
It's not just America, it's all over the world. Everybody gets involved with that stuff.
I was about to say, look at the Dudesons.
Oh, it was funny. College Humor, I have mentioned them a couple of times because they can be great. Brennan Lee Mulligan, one of the writers, did a not eating the Tide Pods PSA. And it gets progressively worse as they're trying to make these new products. And they look more and more like candy. Well, their last product is a hamburger which they claim to be a razor. I'm gonna send you guys this video because it's funny.
I've seen that video.
Have you, Brandon?
I have not.
I'm gonna send it to you because it is funny.
Oh Lord.
You don't watch it now.
My apartment is clean. I feel good. Now I think I need to smudge my apartment.
Gosh, you just cleaned it.
I have a feeling none of you guys know what smudging is, though.
No.
It's taking sage and taking the smoke and getting rid of the energies in your home or yourself or whatever. Yeah. If you believe in that kind of stuff, I do. So.
We'll save religion for another time if that's something we decide to talk about. because
Well, it's
people.
less of a religion, more of a belief for some people. So, but I'm putting that out there now.
But the whole thing that's been going on, it's sad part is you think pop culture would just be stuff that is popular with TV shows or movies, and it's grown into being so much more where it's come to us harming ourselves because we think it's funny or that kind
Like
of
I
stuff.
said, it's boredom.
Do you guys have anything else to add?
Star Wars is still awesome, even though the douchebag who directed the 8th movie shit the hell out of it.
I watched the old ones. I don't watch the new ones.
I've watched everything that has to do with Star Wars. I've even seen the worst thing ever imaginable from Star Wars.
Disney?
And that, no, it was Star Wars Holiday.
If I'm gonna like go nuts with the sci-fi shows, I'm gonna sit down and watch Farscape. I've said this before. Scorpius can start making mojitos, but I'm gonna watch some Farscape.
What the frell?
Yes, the Frel. If you want to go back, you'll get the joke, Ian. You might want to go back and watch one of the videos. I can't remember which one it's in. But we did start talking about that kind of stuff, and I brought Farscape up in the end, and it has like...
We did.
Yeah. Oh, you were there for that one, weren't you?
We went over... Sort of. Kind of, not really, actually. I don't know what I was a part of anymore.
It was that whole... I think it was Why Do Ravers Have Spears?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think you had to get
I
out.
was only a part of one other talk like this, and that was it.
Okay, yeah, then no. It'll... If it hasn't been uploaded, it'll be uploaded shortly.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I can't.
Ow.
Brandon?
You know what's surprising that's still kind of popular to this day?
What?
Renaissance fairs.
Those are great, though. I freaking...
Yes, they are. But what I'm saying is, it's surprising that they are still popular.
No,
It's kind of more interesting to think that, what is it? Give me a second, I'm putting something out.
The whole...
It's just shocking on certain levels, on certain things, that are still popular or have become extremely popular, such as D&D again.
Well, before D&D, there was Palladium. Like, my parents played Palladium. And then D&D kicked out Palladium.
Yeah, except for D&D is still strong to this day.
Because it's fun. Palladium was the same thing. I don't know why it got kicked out, but... It was the exact same concept.
Saying,
But D&D is great. I love writing. Like, Brandon? Are you having a heart attack over there?
If I am, that's news to...
Did you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, not really. I mean, we kind of went over everything. Culture's a lot different compared to what it was when we were growing up.
And that's a conversation that every adult has.
Or should have.
No, it usually is. Because you think about it, like, hell, even the biggest pop culture thing, music.
Yeah.
Like, our taste in music have changed drastically. Like, I can't stand most rap that is out there now, and I think it's just pure garbage.
No, I agree with
But
you.
there are so many people that get behind it. It's ridiculous.
See, for me, it's like the differences in country music over the years because I enjoy almost any kind of music. Country just happens to be my favorite, and it's just changed a lot since I was growing up, and it's more pop than it is country, and I don't care for it.
I honestly, I kind of like that, almost that kind of style more than I do like the older style, at least prior to the 90s, anyways.
Okay.
But that's because most country music from the 90s and before was like, oh, my dog died, my wife left me, my wife took my house, oh, I've lost everything, I'm so sad, I'm gonna kill myself. Or it was so slow and so just ugh to me. I think I think you understand that, right?
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from. For me, a lot of those songs, they're more soulful and more about telling a story than it is, just regular music.
Yeah, I can see that. And that's something else I've actually missed about most music is that it music used to tell stories. And that's what all music was meant for, was telling a story, either about yourself or your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all that's gone away.
I mean, except for a select few still, like, out there. Like Eminem, he still kind of does his own thing with himself. And I still love his rap.
Yeah, I can agree to that one. Eminem's one of the few rap artists I like. I kind of got started rap on a wrong foot. My stepfather enjoyed listening to ICP. Yeah, that was my first introduction to rap.
Yeesh.
Yeah. I was about to say, I know a lot of, like, I've had quite a few friends that were part of the pop scene, so. But still, it's,
Yeah. And just like heavy metal, my stepdad liked listening to the band called
what?
Gwar.
Oy.
Gawar?
Yeah. Yep.
I don't think I've actually ever heard of Gawar. I know who they are, but I've never actually listened to them.
Your dad has a terrible taste in music.
Yeah. Hence why I like to listen to my mother's music, which was all country.
See, I can't do that either. I grew up early on with a lot of
I grew up on Kiss, Doors, Scorpion, System of a Down,
Guns N' Roses, Van Halen.
Yep. George Thorogood. Will Smith rap music.
Well, I dealt with that, and I also had the 80s stuff, the Culture Club, Salt and Pepper, some of Bon Jovi stuff.
Oh, Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Journey.
Can't forget about. Yeah, Journey. What the fuck? I really need to get a new fucking holster for this thing.
I have my problems with Smash Mouth. Some of this stuff is okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, I mean, most music nowadays, it's like they have hit and miss songs.
Yeah.
Except, I was about to say, like, except for Panic at the Disco, they have hit and miss soundtracks.
Well, they were very low for quite a while, like when we were younger. They weren't all the way out there. You didn't hear much about Panic at the Disco. Or 21 Pilots, those didn't hit the charts. But then when you come into stuff like Heathens and High Hopes, it's nothing but Panic at the Disco and 21 Pilots and...
Yeah. Well, I mean, it also kind of also depended on which radio stations you listened to. Or what you were into, or what groups you were into. See, I was an outcast group. I was a nerd. I was also the kid that people picked on to just watch them explode. I mean, hell, if you've ever seen the Fallout, the Nerd Rage like thing, or the pop figure that's out there now, I was basically that. I wanted to kill people. It was horrible.
Honestly, anytime I think of a nerd, for some reason, Revenge of the Nerds comes to my mind, if you guys know what I'm talking about.
I do, and I love that movie, but it is such a horrible movie now.
Brandon?
Oh, I love that movie. I grew up on that one too. That used to
Yep.
be
Or American
Except for
Pie.
it's such a horrible movie now.
American Pie. Those are great.
Some of them were.
I own all 8.
Oh, no, I do too.
Yeah.
I very well understand the Bandcamp one because I was a band kid, but so that's doing
Like I
that
said,
to an oboe.
I don't know if it's my stuff cutting out, but you both keep cutting out.
Yeah, it's happening on my end too. You
Mine
should
as
cut
well.
out.
Yeah, both of you guys are.
Okay. Shitty.
Like,
But I don't know if you guys heard, but I actually own all 8 of the American Pie movies.
yes, we had.
Same.
That was great.
Mm-hmm.
Hot Tub Time Machine.
I don't like any of the actors in that movie.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So I never watched it.
I thought it was funny.
I heard it was fairly decent. I ended up never watching it by some weird chance. I don't know why I never watched it.
I like the old one, the original one.
I gotcha.
The Hot Tub Time Machine, not Hot Tub Time Machine 2, right?
Yeah, I like the first one.
If I'm not mistaken, Hot Tub Time Machine 2 was to fix what the dipshit did in the past, anyways.
Yeah, I think so.
Sounds about right.
Holy crap.
Have an AC issue?
Oh, I don't have air conditioning in my apartment.
Ooh.
Well, I'm just really sweaty because of having, like, just all the work I did in my apartment for cleaning it.
I gotcha.
I'm also kind of a fat guy, so just doing too much movement makes me sweat anyways.
Fair enough.
See,
Yeah.
I don't have that problem when I'm curvy. I don't. But I also train, so I don't know.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you work out, it's a whole other ballgame, but I don't have, it's not that I don't have the time to work out, it's just I don't have the money to spend on going to a gym or something like that.
You can find exercise videos on YouTube.
I'm aware, but for my particular body style, I need to do weights. And not even just that, I'm also 90% disabled because of the issues that I have because of when I was in the military.
What branch were you in?
Army.
Gotcha.
I'm guessing we're gonna have to do a military video, and I'm gonna have to break out Fireline.
Oh lord.
His story, he's got a lot of
The
stories.
oldest of old.
He's not that old.
The way you guys talk about him, he seems like he's old grandpa.
He acts like it.
I was about to say, he actually acts that way. He has that kind of old about him, to be quite honest.
He's got that wisdom.
Yeah.
I'll explain a little bit to you guys after this. Anything you guys want to add about the stupidity of the culture? Are we all out of ideas?
Pretty much.
I was about to say, I mean, we all have our own particular pop cultures as we get older. I mean, hell, we had Adam Sandler, Jim Carrey, hell, the greatest of them all, Robin Williams.
Hallelujah.
Rip.
Yeah. May he rest in peace.
There will never be a better movie.
No.
No, there won't. I was about to say, I mean, hell, I mean, just literally all we have to do is look at our own personal collections of DVDs, movies, books, and everything else like that. Hell, even video games, we can see the difference between our culture and a younger generation's culture.
Mm-hmm.
Or even how people see, like, most of us that are born as millennials, technically, anywhere from, I think it was 85 and beyond, up until 2002, 2003 that were born.
That one ends, but I think it ends they say it ends at 2000, but then they say it ends at 1989. So I don't know. Or 1999, I guess I should say.
But either way, it's I mean, hell, I mean, even looking back to the previous generation, like my grandparents, the baby boomers, who screwed up most of our country as well, or even our parents who screwed up our country. Or just in general, I mean, pop culture or culture in itself, it's all kind of intertwined in its own thing.
In fact, bet most of our parents were hippies smoking weed in the 70s. Not the 70s, the 60s? Is that the 60s?
I think so.
70s was this year, that was the 60s.
I was going to say, my grandfather was born, I think, in the 20s, so.
So the 60s.
Or was it the 30s?
No.
My grandfather's like 70-something years old now, so.
No, the 30... oh, he might... I don't know. I want to sit here and do the math.
I mean, hell, I think about it like this. I'm third generation in the United States, so.
I mean, I'm the second generation to move to the United States because my mom moved with me.
No. I'm talking about born here in the United States in my family tree line.
That's none of my family.
Yeah. So you're if you actually wait, did you have your son here in the United States, or did you have him in the UK?
In the UK. So.
Okay, so your son, when he has kids, that'll be the first generation. That is, if you guys don't move back to the UK before then.
Well, think about this though. What if I have more kids in America? Now that's very slim chance it's going to happen.
They would be first generation.
I don't understand this stuff, and on that note, I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. It has been Raven, Brandon, and Ian talking about pop culture and whatever random stuff came to our minds. Say bye.
Because we're weird like that, and sorry for the bad connection and the bad voices, because our internet sucks and our microphones suck.
Say bye, guys.
Boy.
That was my goodbye.
That was your...